How did we get here? What happened? Was Luke in over his head? Do Magic and Palinka deserve the blame for this supporting cast that sometimes makes Philly's floor spacing look like Houston or San Antonio? Is LeBron being lazy? Is he not giving enough? Have we soured on the guy that's in the GOAT conversation? We should be talking about him passing MJ? Does he not play any defense? Or do you mostly just see the clips of him maybe not playing some defense and miss out on the clips where he's super locked in and makes plays hardly anybody else in the league can? What happened to the Lakers? Full video breakdown. Follow on Twitter at ScoutWithBryan. Make sure you read the full article as well at ScoutWithBryan on Twitter. How did we get here? What happened? Was it the roster? We have a starting center who played 10 minutes a game the last couple of years, playing 20 a game this year, who can't keep Joakim Noah in front of him, or Jonas Valanciunas on a straight line drive. What about taking Josh Jackson on a post up with 7 seconds on the shot clock? Is he good enough to be a starting NBA center? It's a typical NBA drill. Beat him. He's got to come over baseline. Muscala drops and takes the first pass. And McGee X's out. He's supposed to sprint to the corner. That's an elite shooter in the corner right here. Is that a sprint? Is that good enough? This somehow wasn't a goaltend. But they do get pummeled on the offensive glass, and that was a goaltend. Is it the young guys? Do they fully get it? Lakers are playing an aggressive ice right here. They almost trap the ball on these kind of step-up screens on the sideline, like you see Chandler do right here. So what that means, Kuzma right here is the low man. He's responsible for taking the roll. He sees that. He's pointing. Guys look like they're pretty locked in. But then why in the world, when this pass goes to Avery Bradley right here, would you turn your head and leave the strong side where Valanciunas is now able to get a layup because you drifted out to go weak side? Run that aggressive push again. Make him get rid of the ball. Kuzma comes over. Did you see the same thing almost happen? That same exact look was pretty much open. Brandon Ingram. Why are we jumping? Is this on the players or is this on the coach? What do we drill every day in practice? How do we teach it? Do we work on closeouts every single day? In the NBA, I was taught, again, short, choppy steps. Most importantly, be the second jumper. Always have one hand up on your closeout. If you have 2 hands up, you guarantee you get blown by. Certainly get blown by if you jump. This is a 32-ish% three-point shooter. He didn't even make a 3 this whole game. Why are we flying him off the line like he's Ray Allen? And then we do that, okay, so LeBron covers for you. Kyle Kuzma, again, multiple efforts. You got to recognize where the ball's going to. You come in to help. Pass gets kicked to the corner, though. You got to be out of there and get there. Come on, this should be easy. Are we locked in? There's 2:20 left in a must-win game. This is a guard-to-guard screen. Communication in the NBA is not that complicated. It's either switch or maybe they have a color that means switch, like red. Josh Hart, tell him what to do. And then Ingram, if he said switch, switch. Why do we have two guys on the ball right here? So that you got to scramble back to Tyler again. And then again. What is this? What are we doing? Why are we jumping? Is that how we're teaching this, or are we just being lazy? I'm not sure. I'm genuinely asking. Because if Tyler Johnson's really looking to score, if he has that killer mentality, that's a wide open free throw line pull-up. You know who is going to make winning plays, though? The guy that's been there. That's a big-time charge to take. 2 minutes left in a must-win game. That's sacrificing. You know what? He's going to miss some shots. But again, young guys, guys who got something to prove, second, third-year players, whatever you are, how bad do you want it? LeBron talks about, are you doing everything it takes to win? Yeah, I mean, you could say this took a little bit of a bad bounce, but are we standing here like expecting each other to get the ball? We know at this point the tip's coming back there. You better make some effort to go after this ball. At least Kuzma moves a little bit. I don't really understand getting out of the way, but Ingram, what are you doing? Come on. Let me just note too. Rajon Rondo's practicing his form while LeBron is shooting the ball. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. How about sprinting back? You never see this. You know why? This play is called chin. Okay, it's a staple NBA action. Guard to guard pass. You cut off this back pick right here. And you almost never get this layup. This play really is just to end up being a high pick and roll for Booker with the guy who sets the back pick right here. You know why you almost never get the layup? Because Kuzma, this guy right here, is responsible for tagging. It's not LeBron's job. His job is to be up and ready to help on the pick and roll. This guy down here who's 2 passes away, his job is to just have a foot near the lane and just tag this guy to make sure the layup's taken away. Just be close enough to him to touch him and that pass doesn't get thrown. Instead, you're not alert. You're hugging your man in the corner. It's not my job, not my responsibility. Actually, it is. And Tyler Johnson gets a huge layup. Want to see how simple it is? Josh Hart's in that spot now. Look where he is. That's where you're supposed to be. This was a little after timeout play, a little different wrinkle, but Josh Hart is in the right place. We're going to come back to this topic, so just remember this. We talk about, is it coaching, is it players? All right, LeBron took him about till the 4th quarter to be guarding Aiden. Why, I'm not really sure. But you see how much harder he makes for Aiden to get post-ups? When he was killing Kuzma in the first half. Now let's run this back. A lot of people point to this, oh, LeBron's throwing his teammates under the bus. He's chewing out his teammates. How dare he? Maybe he's teaching. Maybe he's holding guys accountable. Josh Hart. This is Melton, all right? He's not hitting many threes on these dribble handoffs, stop behind. All right? You can shoot the gap on this dribble handoff. There's no need to go over this and die on the screen. LeBron opens up and he gives you space to get underneath. You'll live with him stopping behind and taking that shot right here. Because you know what? If you go over like Josh Hart does and get nailed by the screen, LeBron's doing what he's supposed to do, which is 2 for 2 defense. You can't let Aiden get behind him on the lob, staying between his man and the basket. So Melton ends up taking a tough floater, which is what teams kind of live with nowadays. These kind of in-between shots in pick and rolls. But you know what he's probably saying right here at the end? Shoot the gap. Get underneath it. Something like that, I would imagine. All right? Is there something wrong now with holding teammates accountable and coaching them? I don't think so. This is one of my favorite plays. Least favorite plays, really, of all time. I was here for this series in Boston. Bradley Beal, down 5. Second round of the playoffs. Isaiah Thomas had 53 points in this game. He scored on the possession right before this and the possession right after this. Okay? He falls asleep, though, boxing out Kelly Oubre from the corner. Watch Avery Bradley's reaction. You know the best part? Did you see what Isaiah did in response to being chewed out by Avery Bradley? So he says, "You're right. My bad. I got you." That's holding each other accountable. Again, was it the roster construction? LeBron's still creating wide open shots for these guys. Do they have the guys that can make them? He's getting the wide open looks he's created for guys his whole career. Nobody's even running to Rondo at the three-point line. They'd rather just dare shots. Did Magic do enough? Pelinka do enough to get the right amount of shooting on this team? Definitely not. No chance. Once again, this guy's got probably the best floor vision, one of the best passers in the league, if not the best. But what can you do if guys can't make shots if you're second worst in the league in three-point percentage? Does this play look familiar? This was the main action he ran in Cleveland. All the time. Small pick and roll. Delly, George Hill, whoever it was, little guard, setting this high pick and roll. And you know why it worked better? Because outside was Love in the corner, and Korver, and J.R. Smith. You see how they're playing off of Ingram and off of Kuzma, who's already in the lane? You see how clogged up it is right here? Yeah, D's going under. LeBron could stop behind and probably pull, which he does plenty. But this team's spacing, personnel, it's just a mess. We talk all the time about Philly's spacing. They're trying to get Kuzma a post up. Ball goes into the post. All right, we got Ingram cutting, fine. That makes the defense collapse. We got basically all 5 Suns in the paint. Kicks, Rondo's got a wide open shot. Kicks, LeBron's got a wide open shot. Somebody's got to shoot the ball. Ingram would have had a wide open shot, but that was a crappy pass by LeBron. I'll call it out. But then what are we doing? JaVale, you're the 5 here. Get down in the dunker. You got to have the right spacing. This stuff's important. The little things are the big things. He should be in the dunker. He should be down underneath. He's drifting up top. We got 4 guys all standing right here next to each other. There's no space. Look at this. What? Why? They're standing right next to each other. Look how congested it is. Would you believe me if I told you Brandon Ingram scored here? Because he did. He's not bad. It was a transition attacking opportunity for Kyle Kuzma. What are we doing again? All right, JaVale rim runs. That's fine. But then get down underneath and play like a big. You're not a three-point shooter. Why are you running out to the corner? You know who should be running to the corner? Brandon Ingram. Right here, run weak of the ball and get to that weak side corner. LeBron, we know, likes to trail. Rondo likes to trail. You get to the corner. Look how congested this is here again. We got 5 guys in the paint. Look at this one. Man, we got Rondo in the Andre Miller spot, the old like out of bounds dunker version. We got JaVale. Now he's in the dunker. We got Ingram at the weak side elbow. We got LeBron. We got one guy outside the 3-point line. Man, we talk about Philly spacing. Like I said, this is the reverse Ben Simmons. This is a point guard who can kind of shoot. Compared to Simmons, he's Ray Allen. And we got nobody else on the team can make a shot. I mean, come on. We thought this would work. How? Look at this. We got two guys underneath the basket. That's the first look. That's part one. All right. Part two, click through. Next video coming real soon. Check out the rest of what's wrong with the Lakers.